What is up, guys? Phoenix here, and welcome back to part 2 of our Uraraka from My Hero Academia Pixel Art tutorial. So where we last left off, we were just doing the basic frame from left to right on the build, and now I think what I want to do is cover some of the jawline, and maybe by part 2 or 3, we'll do the rest of the framing on her hair. Usually I do that framing second or third just because to get the height limit into place, but I think this would be better to do the face today. So where I want to go is on the left side of the build, towards the center. We have this long, straight up 11 vertical, and that was for the neck. Let me just mark it so you can see it on the right hand camera screen. So you can see where on the left, there we go. And we're going to start at the top right there. So from this 11 vertical, if we go to the top block and switch over to our coal, we can put an extra 2 blocks to the left. 1, 2, just like that. We can go to the right and make it bridge to the right side, but I'm not worried about that yet. So let's just keep on worrying about the frame. So at the end of it, we're going to put our placement block to the top or left side, and we can keep putting our placement block on the top side each time, and that should be safe for now. But we're going to go up and to the left 2 flat, 1, 2, up and to the left 1 single, and you can see I'm just putting the placement block on top of the final one every time. Up and to the left 2 flat again, 1, 2. Up and to the left 2 single, 1, 2. Up and to the left 2 flat again, 1, 2. So these smaller blocks are just used for like curvy shapes, but we're gonna get to the bigger numbers soon once we need to kind of elongate the face, to make the face look bigger or taller. So from this 2 flat now, we're gonna go up and to the left 10 singles now, so I want you to count carefully if you're using the placement blocks. If you're an expert and don't need the placement blocks, you know what to do. We're gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. From there, we're almost ready to start doing some verticals. And it's going to get bigger from there, so we're just going to go up and to the left 2 vertical from there. So placement block to the top or left side. 1, 2. Up and to the left 1 single. Up and to the left 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. From that 3 vertical, we're going to go up and to the left 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. And the reason that we switched from the verticals to flats is because this is kind of where the ear builds off right here. So we can still go up more. It's just that I'm putting the 3 flat here to start the ear and kind of connect back later with the rest of the build. So from this 3 flat, if we go to this right block, this one all the way on the right here, we can add an extra 4 to the top of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, just like this. And we can actually mark this left side block to come to later. And we might not need to come back to it later. We can just go up and to left 2 singles from this left side. So let's just do that. 1, 2, like this. And I'll mark this block, but we might not need to, like I said, because when we're doing the hair later, the hair is going to run right past this. And that's just going to connect it on its own. So I'm going to leave this marker right here, but we're probably not going to ever use it. Let's go back to the top of this 4 vertical we added to the top right here. It should be 5 blocks in total because we had 1 right here on the bottom and we just added 4 to the top of it. So once you count that out, we're going to go up and to the left again, 5 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And from that 5 vertical, if we find the middle block, this one, or the 3rd block, we can add 1 coal to the left. And then we can go up and to the left 1 single from there. Perfect. Then we can go to the top block in the 5 vertical now and put a placement block on top, so we can go up and to the left 4 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up and to the left 2 vertical. 1, 2. And now this is a piece of the hair that ends up connecting back to the face. All we're going to do is go up and to the left 11 vertical from here. So placement block to the top or left side again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Perfect. And from that 11, if we wanted to bring the hair down, like I said, we can end up swooping back down. So we can mark the bottom block in that and come back to it later. So this one right here. But we're still working with the top part of it. So from the top block in the 11, we're just going to put our placement block on top again and go up and to the right 4 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now from that 4 vertical, we can actually branch off to the right side slightly and start one part of the eye. We're not going to finish the eye today, of course, but it would be nice to have that block waiting there in case we need to find a starting point for the face. So from this 4 vertical, we're going to go to the bottom block right here. and put 2 placement blocks to the right side. 1, 2. And then after those 2 placement blocks, we're going to put 3 coal straight after it. So 1, 2, 3, just like that. From those 3 coals, we can go to the left side one right here and just go down into left 1 single. Perfect. And we can mark all these blocks if we want to, so we can come back to it later when we want to start the left eye. I didn't plan on doing much with it today. I just wanted to have that marker started. And actually, the right-hand camera screen, we can tilt his camera a little bit to make it fit better into frame. So let me just tilt him down a little bit like that, raise up the cameraman, and that should be better for the tutorial. And now we can go back to the 4 vertical right here and go to the top block. And from that top block, we're going to go up and to the right. 5 vertical, so to the top or right side, we can place our placement block like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Delete, delete. Up and to the right 4 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4. Placement block on top again. Up and to the right 5 vertical again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can see the numbers are kind of repetitive, but it's just to stretch out the face. It's going to be quite repetitive for a bit, and then it's going to switch on to a different direction. From here, we're going to go up and to the right 2 vertical now, so we're going to work with smaller numbers 3 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. 1, 2, that's 3. And then we can go back and delete these dirt blocks in our way. And we just zoom out so you can see it. Perfect. From there, we can go up and to the right. 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Placement block on top. Up and to the right 2 vertical again, and we're going to do it 3 times in a row again, just like we did right here. So 1, 2, that's 1. Placement block. 1, 2, that's 2. And we need to do it again. 1, 2, that's 3. Then we're going to go up and to the right 3 vertical again. 1, 2, 3. Up and to the right 1 single. Up and to the right 2 vertical, and we're going to do it 4 times in a row this time instead of the 3. So placement block to the right or top side. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. 1, 2, that's 3. And we're adding an extra set now. 1, 2, that's 4. Perfect. Almost at the center point of her head right now, so then we're gonna like level out. So after those 2 vertical 4 times in a row, we're just gonna go up and to the right 1 single. Up and to the right 2 vertical, and we're gonna do that 3 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. And 1, 2, that's 3. Up and to the right 1 single again. Up and to the right 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Up and to the right 1 single. And then finally up and to the right 2 flat. So placement block to the top side. 1, 2. Alright, so that was quite the stretch right there. Like, there was just a lot of 2s and 1s and 3s. And I know it droned on for quite a bit, but hopefully you're able to stay focused and just grind that part out. Try to just make it as quickly as possible, just because I realize the grind is kind of boring sometimes, and nobody wants to hear that. So from that 2 flat though, we are going to be dipping down into our hair quite a bit. But if we go to the left block in the 2 flat we just placed, we can put another 4 blocks on top of the left block. So 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. Then on top of it, we can go up into the left 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Up into left 2 vertical. 1, 2. And then up into left 8 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. And that ends the little slope in the hair right there. Now what we can do is go back down to this 2 flat, and instead of the left block this time, we're going to go to the right block. And we're going to put our placement block underneath it and go down into the right 2 singles. 1, 2. Down into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Placement block underneath. Down into the right 7 singles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We just delete these dirt blocks and zoom out a bit so you can see the angle we're working with here. Then we're going to start flattening out now. So if we put our placement block on the bottom, we're going to go down into the right 2 flat. 1, 2. Down into the right 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. Down into the right 2 flat again. 1, 2. Down into the right 1 single. 1. And from here, actually, we're going to do a bit of backtracking, because from that single, we're done with the tip of her hair. But what we want to do is work with the 2 flat that was right before it, and go to the left block in it, and add an extra 3 blocks on top. 1, 2, 3. Now that we have that, we're doing quite a bit of backtracking, actually. The hair is going to split up into 2 different segments right here. First, what we're going to do is on this 3, we just added 3 vertical to the top right here. The 2 blocks from the top, so this second to last one and this last one from the top, are the only ones that are important to that 3 vertical. So let's work with the second to last from the top first. So this one right here. We're just going to add 1 coal to the left of it like that. We're then going to go up into the left 1 single. And that one, actually, you can see it separates us from this chunky clunk right here. We're still going to come back to the top block over here, so mark it and come back to it later. But for now, let's work with the single real quick. All we're going to do is go up into the left 2 vertical from it. 1, 2. Up into left 1 single. Up into left 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Up into left 2 vertical, and we're going to do that 5 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. 1, 2, that's 3. 1, 2, that's 4. And 1, 2, that's 5. Perfect. And let's just delete these. Then we're going to go up into left 3 vertical. So place block to the top or left side. 1, 2, 3. And we're almost done with this. Once we're done with this little swoop right here, we're going to fall back down to the bottom over there where we marked and just continue with that part of the hair. So to finish this little swoop right here, we're just going to go up into left 4 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then put our placement block there and go up into left 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. So let's resume where we were going back down to the placement block we marked over here. And from the top of it, we're going to delete it now and then put our placement block on top. So that we can go up into the left 1 single. Up into left 2 vertical. We're going to do that 2 times in a row. So 1, 2, that's 1. Placement block. 1, 2, that's 2. Up into left 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Up into left 7 vertical now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And from the 7 vertical, what we can do is from the top block, actually we can just find the middle block, but that means just from the bottom or top, count up 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Didn't matter if you counted from the top or bottom, the middle's the middle. So from this middle block, we're just gonna put 1 coal to the right, like this. And now we have these 2 points to build off of. We can either build off of the right side over here, or we can build off of the top of the 7. So real quick, we're just gonna put our placement block on top of the 7 right here, and just go up into left 6 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we can drop back down to where we have this 1 piece of coal sticking off the right side and continue working with it from there. So from that 1 single we have on the right side over here, we can put our placement block underneath it or to the right side and go down into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Down into the right 1 single. Down into the right 2 vertical again. 1, 2. Down into the right 7 singles now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we're kind of just getting ready to flatten out, kind of like the spike on this part of the hair right here. We're going to spike it and then go back up. I think we have about 4 of those to do. So from the 7 singles right here, we're just going to go down into the right 2 flat 2 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. Down into the right 1 single. Down into the right 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. And from this 3 flat, we're going to start from the right side. We're going to put 1 coal below this right block. Then the middle block is going to get 2 pieces of coal above it. 1, 2. And then this last block, we're just going to ignore. So we don't need to worry about that last block at all. It's only the middle block right here that we added the 2 above that we need to worry about. Pretty simple. But let me just zoom out so you can see what we're working with. Now from the 2 that we added to the top, we're just going to go up into the left 2 vertical again. 1, 2. Up into left 1 single. Placement block on top. up and to left 5 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And on the third block in that 5 vertical, so this middle one right here, we're just going to add 1 coal to the right. And this is similar to what we did to the 7 over there, where we found the center block and added 1 to the right of it. Except it's 5 this time. You find the center block and just add 1 coal to the right of it. I'm going to mark that to come back to later. But on the top block in this 5 vertical, we're going to put our placement block on top or to the left side. So we can go up and to the left 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Up and to the left 4 vertical 2 times in a row. Actually, not 4. I mean 2 times in a row, sorry. 3 times in a row. So let me just re-say that. We're going to go up and to the left 4 vertical 3 times in a row. So placement block to the top or left side. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 2. And one more time to finish it off. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 3. Let's just go back now. Delete these extra dirt blocks. And now on top of that final set of 4 vertical, we're just going to go up and to left 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Now that we've had that, we can go back to this block of coal on the right side of the 5 vertical. And actually, I think that might be a good point to stop for the day. We're going to continue from this piece of coal we have on the right side right here on the next part. And then hopefully we can finish the rest of her jaw and stuff as well. And then start some of the other parts of her hair. Yeah, I think that's a good point to stop at. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this part. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe for more pixel art content. This is Phoenix, and as always, I'll see you guys later.